How you doing, guys? Phantom TCG here, and today I'm gonna bring you my standard Luard deck. Uh, it's very stupid, to be honest. From all the decks I have been playing in Vanguard, this deck, well, is basically tier one. The main cannot be played in this deck, and it's very straightforward. It's very straightforward. You don't have to think that much. So yeah, I'll put the deck profile in the description, so you don't have to watch the entire video. Since I will be explaining a couple of cards here and there, and some choices. But use my deck profile as a reference. Everybody has his own playstyle. So yeah, starting with the triggers. This won't change from players. I have seen everyone playing the same ratio. So obviously you play the starting Vanguard, put it on the side, it really doesn't matter. They'll do the same thing. Playing 8 criticals really doesn't matter. Just 8 criticals, the 4 heals, and the 4 drop PGs. That's basically it. That's my ratio. You could change a couple of things here and there. I've seen a couple of people cutting 2 criticals and putting 2 draws, but to be honest, I really need that extra shield. Yeah. Now for grade 3s, we're playing 4 copies of the main boy, dragheart Luard. Basically just tried. That's it. The same as the old one. Just put 2 cards that are normal units on the deck, shuffle them, and search 1 dragdriver from your deck. Basically, you're just trading it. The other skill is that you can retire 2 rear guards, 2 grade 1 rear guards, draw 1 card, and retire 1 of your opponent's rear guard. So you can just get rid of 1 of your opponent's intercept, and just get an additional card. And yeah, the effect to stride, you have to make sure you have 3 grade 1s in your graveyard, since it's counterblast 3, but the cost is reduced by 1 for each grade 1 in your graveyard. So basically that's it. We're playing 3 copies of Dragdriver Luard. I have seen a couple of people playing 4 copies, but to be honest, 3 is okay. You don't want to see this guy in your hand. You just mainly want to stride it on top of your dragheart. And the skill is very stupid, to be honest. At the end of the battle, alright, condition. This guy gains 500 for 5k for each grade 1 on your rear guard, so it's basically like a 25 extra k. The other effect is when plays, search your deck for up to the number of cards with Luard in your soul, grade 1s, called into rear guards. So basically you just fill your entire deck just by putting more cards on top of it, each of him. The other thing is, if you have 2 grade 3s in your soul, all your grade 1s get 1 additional critical. So that's basically it. Hope I explained the card as fluently as possible. For grade 2s, we're playing 4 copies of Morfessa. She seems like it's a card that must go. That's it. When she's in the deck and rear guard, she gets -1 credit, -1 grade if your Vanguard is Luard. The other effect is, at the end of the battle attack, if you have 4 or more rear guards with the original grade being 1, counterblast 1, retire this unit and call up to 1 grade 1 from your drop zone. This basically just gives you an additional attack to put extra pressure on your opponent, since each turn she's going to get more power, and it's gonna be more annoying. Next, we're playing 4 copies of Liafall. This is very straightforward, to be honest. His effect, when plays counterblast 1, search your deck for up to 1 grade 1, call it to rear guard, to an open rear guard. Basically, it's the main, but you have to pay the cost in counterblast. You can do it on Vanguard too. It's like a trumpeter, to be honest. It's actually pretty good. It's not a bad card. Now, for grade 1s, we're playing 4 copies of Knies. She, when placed on Vanguard, you can look at the top 7, add either Dragheart Luard or Liafall, so you can just uh, get your hands on the entire right chain. So in case you don't have Luard or don't have grade 2, since we're playing only 8 copies, you can just, if you have this card in your opening hand, you can just write it, look at the top 7 and have 2 options to add cards to your hand. Then the other effect is when this card is placed by the card ability, Soul Blast 1, your opponent chooses 1 card and retires it. So it's not the best, but it's something. It's a very cool effect. But mainly I'm using it for the Vanguard skill. Now for the other ones, this card is very dumb. Playing, not gonna even try to pronounce, Strict Order Knight. Her effect is very stupid. If you have 5 or more grade ones in your drop zone, she gets 15k. So imagine two in each column, since you can just basically swarm, call them from the deck with Luard. They're basically just like 40 without the markers. So this card really can put a lot of pressure on your opponent, and if you ride a second Luard, that you probably will, they're gonna go double critical. That's the reason I'm playing 4 copies. This is a card just for that reason. A lot of people play 3, but I feel like 4 copies is extremely the better choice. That's it. But it's up to you. Like I said, everybody has his own playstyle. And I'm playing 3 copies of Abyssal Owl, since Luard basically recycles your entire deck. If you really need to draw a card, you just put this card back into the deck and draw that extra card. I was thinking of playing 2 copies for that same reason. She's basically Swordbreaker, but you can Soul Blast 1 if your opponent is the same grade as you. But yeah, it's a pretty good card, not gonna lie. And you can. The bad part, he doesn't get the power, but that's really not the point, to be honest. But yeah, starting off, like if you're starting the game, you really want to see this card, or just call it with Liafall, draw 1 extra card. If you get a trigger, you just swing for 15. That's it. Next, we're playing 3 copies of Branwen. The thing I was thinking was getting rid of 1 owl and put it the 4th Branwen. In case I need to get my hands on dragheart, just basically adult dragheart and then ditch the dragstrider, and she just becomes a 13k. That's it. Since you're going to have a lot of grade 1s in your graveyard. Next, we're playing 2 Charons, the counter charge, and becomes a very big number when you use the skill. Just basically an 11, but you can just counter charge. Sometimes you kind of need that face-up damage. The last 2 cards, I'm playing 1 Nightmare Painter. Sometimes we need that soul early game, so just call this, put 1 grade 1 to use some other effect, for example Black Sage Charon or something like that, or just draw 1 extra card with Abyssal Owl, and guess it's just a 10k, to be honest, and you can just call it with Luard. And the last card, I'm playing 1 Sage of Risk, the Decremps. Basically, if your Vanguard is grade 3, all your front row grade 1 units get intercept, so you basically have 10k shields just to intercept, so then just shuffle them back into the deck and call them back with Luard. So yeah, that's basically it. Like I said at the start of the video, use my deck profile as a reference. Everybody has his own playstyle, and yeah, that's basically it. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like it, subscribe if you want to see more content. And yeah, basically that's it. Like I mentioned, the deck list will be in the description below, so you already made it through the entire video. So thanks for watching, and peace.